Sugar beet farmers are backing the government's decision to allow the use of a pesticide which has the potential to kill billions of bees.
Well, the chemical was banned in 2018 because of the risks to wildlife, but warmer winter months mean crops are at risk of a deadly virus and may not survive without it. Amrit Birdie has more.
Research suggests 1 teaspoon of the pesticide thiamethoxam is toxic enough to kill more than 1 billion bees. It's banned in the EU and it was banned here until earlier this month, when the government reapproved its use. For some bee lovers, this is bad news. David Wood is Director of Kent Beekeeping Association.
It's a disaster for bees. The problem is that the seed dressings with the neonicotinoids, they leach off, they go into the ground and then eventually end up in watercourses. And this has a disastrous impact on wildlife.
Thiamethoxam does kill bees, but here what farmers really want is for it to kill aphids. These tiny insects are spreading a disease called beets yellows virus that attacks and kills sugar beet plants. Campaigners say other methods should be used to control the spread of the virus instead.
We know that as a result of global warming, we are seeing increasingly warmer weather and warmer and wetter winters. Now these are perfect for the aphids, which spread the beets yellow viruses, which is what this chemical is trying to control. But we know that there are alternatives available, and farmers are actively employing those alternatives now. Let's not forget that for the last 4 years, this chemical has not been used. So farmers have been using these alternatives.
The government says other pesticide and organic treatments that have been used over the last few years are not effective enough to control the virus on their own. They say their decision to approve an emergency authorisation was not taken lightly, but was based on scientific assessments. It's welcome news for many sugar beet farmers who've seen production down over the last few years, leading to fears more crops will need to be imported to meet demand.
There is cane sugar that's imported from the other side of the world, and that is grown with about 30 products that are banned here in the UK. So do we want to be importing products from the other side of the world grown to a lot lower standards? 3 years ago we had such catastrophic losses because of the virus yellows that myself here, I lost £55,000 in growing the crop. Didn't even break even, we lost money on growing the crop. Now yes, we are all concerned with the environment and wildlife, but there has to be a balance with everything. What do we have to do to protect that crop from the attack of the aphids? We have to do something.
This authorisation is an emergency measure from the government and can be withdrawn at any time. There are strict limits on the amount of thiamethoxam that can be used, and no flowering crops can be planted nearby to try and limit the number of bees that will be in the area. Like so many things in nature, the ecosystem is a delicate balance. Amrit Birdie, ITV News.